Hello everyone, good evening and a very warm welcome to MESC Red Devils NCR. We are back finally. It's almost been more than a month since the World Cup started, and the World Cup was amazing. The World Cup was phenomenal, and now that the World Cup is over, club football is back. And yes, Man United have been missed. And yesterday we saw them finally play under lights at Old Trafford, and surely enough, they came up with a very positive result, which means that our spirits are still high, and we are all set to welcome the second half of the season, where once again we will be hoping that we continue the positive start that we had in the second half of the season. But the start of the Premier League means the start of once again removing out your Excel sheets, your XG charts, so on and so forth, because the FPL, the second leg of the FPL season also starts along with the Premier League season, which obviously means that more more head scratching, more hair pulling, more nail biting, just to make sure that you get average points on a game week. So with me, I have some really intense FPL maniacs. I have Abhishar Bhai with me, I have Munawar Bhai with me, and I have our in-house FPL expert Amit Bhai with me. Gentlemen, good evening and a warm welcome to every one of y'all. It's been a while since I've seen y'all. I hope everyone are doing very well.
All good, Dylan. Bhai.
All good,
Thanks,
all good.
thanks for that.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
And
the
So let's
it's
just
yeah,
let's just dive in right away. I mean, we have the second half of the Premier League starting straight away from Boxing Day. In the meanwhile, we have the Carabao Cup competitions, and I think it is safe to say that the Carabao Cup will provide us a brief highlight of how the managers are going to line up with their respective sides come when the Premier League starts on Boxing Day. So, Amit bhai, my first question to you is, what are the major injury news ahead of the season starting? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see a lot of major injuries happening to all the teams, but there are certain injury issues to key players of certain sides, and how will it affect the plans of FPL managers across the globe?
yeah. I guess good point. So I was reading all the Twitter handles and everything. So got to know that Fofana is injured again, and then there was a friendly. Sorry, Chelsea played that Carabao Cup. Mount was not there, but I don't know. I guess he's still on that leave part because after the World Cup, he is not available. Then Diaz, there is no news of Diaz coming from the Liverpool whether he's fit enough or not. Then, but yeah, I'm hearing Jota is fit enough to start for Liverpool. So, and when he and Salah has been starting for Liverpool, they are playing really good football because that Nunes and Salah connect has not been so great that they have been scoring goal. But in the last couple of matches before the World Cup start, we saw there was some chemistry building up. So that could be a game changer for Liverpool or for the FPL managers. Other than that, I don't think there are many or major injury news coming up, as you already mentioned. For Man United, all good. Rashford is firing all cylinders. Then apart from Sancho, everyone is available. Arsenal, Jesus is not available. So I heard Arteta was saying that Martinelli might start as number 9. So this could be an interesting prospect because he will be scoring more goals if he play as a number 9. And other than that, liver. But yeah, major concerns not by the injuries, but yes, the players coming from the World Cup, they will be getting that due rest of 1 week or 10 days. Pep also mentioned, ETH also mentioned the same. So that will affect the plans. And as you already mentioned, that Carabao Cup teams will more or likely be similar to the teams for top 6 or big 6 clubs who will play in the first match game week after the World Cup.
Yeah, fair enough, Amit bhai. So, Munawar bhai, coming to you. So, my question is pretty simple. Now, I've seen a lot of drafts making the rounds on Twitter. I've seen a lot of, FPL experts on YouTube talking about, and most of them are either split with a 2 premium attacker template and a 3 premium attackers template. So, when you will be going to be making your draft, and I am assuming you're going to be making it pretty soon, considering that we only have 2 or 3 days left until the deadline is. So, what will you be looking forward? Will you be going to have three? Will you be having 3 premium attackers in your FPL team, or are you going to stick with the tried and tested two premium attackers, and then you can evenly distribute the money across your defense and your midfield?
I have already made my draft. So in my draft, I have only gone with Haaland as a striker, as a premium striker, and I have built a good mid players because mid players are great set piece because they give assist also. Then there is some clean sheet points from them also. So I've made like 4-5-1. I've made my this time I've made my team like 4-5-1. Four defenders, five mids, and one striker. And striker, obviously, I will go with Haaland. And if you want, like, if someone wants to take the striker, then there is Kane. Now there is some news also going on that the Darwin will, like, Nunes will also come, will get in his form, will start playing good game. So if you are really you want to go with the great players, then best option is go with Kane or Kane, Haaland, and like third key striker should be your Mitrovic, Solanke, or Nunes. If you want to go with the best, like they will give the goals. And like mostly, if you want to go with the clean sheet game, then you need to pick the good, like you need to see the fixtures rating, and then only you need to pick the players if you want good points. And set piece, you are telling like then only the set piece will be from the city's player. From the city player, you can go for KDB, and Foden is also like sometime it might start, sometime it won't start. So best play thing is to make the if you want to make a good set piece team, then you need to take Haaland, Kane, and like any other striker if you want, and then a budget team of the mid players who are giving you assists every time and defenders. Budget team if you want to make.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the fact that you mentioned set pieces is a very important context, because I think I think for the first 2 game weeks, I think a lot of the Premier League teams will be reliant on set pieces for their goals, keeping in mind that they do not have much time to train with the first members of the side, because majority of the big six teams in particular obviously had the maximum participation at the World Cup as far as the Premier League is concerned. Abhishek, by coming to you now, there is a rather important debate that has been going on for the third premium attacker. Now, most of them are rather well set in their ways of having either Haaland or Kane as their striker, or in some cases both. The third premium attacker, there is a rather thin line between some preferring Mo Salah and some preferring Kevin De Bruyne as the third premium option in their side. So Abhishar, my question to you is, how much do you think, which player will you be going for, first of all? And second of all, I think tonight City will be playing Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. So, how do you are you going to base your decision between the two players based on the performance of the Carabao Cup, or do you already have one player in mind that you're going to take one out of these two for sure?
So I kind of differ with what Munawar has suggested. So I not go with one premium striker because there like one premium option. Thing is that I'll be exploring. There are cheap options available in midfield as well as in defense. You know, there is a Wolf defender, Bruno, I guess. So he'd be starting with value being 3.9, and Almiron and Joe Willock. Maybe you can start either of them, but they are good value for now. So in that case, you need. I am also looking forward for having a draft where I could fit in three premium players. So that has helped me with the part, like there are a couple of players which are not being essential as they were in the start. Like Trent Alexander Arnold is not a must have now, as it has been for around two or three seasons for this long run. So you if you like have a slight bit of modification, being Rashford available at 6.6, that is 6.6 is for me. Maybe for some people it would have been different, but yeah, with that available, I think that we can explore a little bit of option going into premium as well. So for my part, I wanted to go with Salah because many people are saying like this season is gone case for Liverpool, but I think that they might do some resurrection, and the only pivot onto which you can rely in this Liverpool side, being playing FPL for so many seasons, there is one player you just cannot write off, and that is Mo Salah. Now maybe we can talk about Haaland on that bracket in coming times, but there is one player you cannot write off, is Mo Salah. So it is that case. So for that way, I'd be going with Haaland, Kane, and Salah. So these are my options. But yeah, I'll be keeping eye on today's match as well, on how how we can negate between Salah and Kevin De Bruyne. So unless anything happens, I'd be going with these three. Sorry.
So I have obviously taken a different route. While I have gone with Kane and Haaland, I have gone for KDB as my third premium option, only because he's going to be supplying Haaland and not Lukaku, as far as the Premier League is concerned.
Yeah,
So,
that
so
was
that is
terrible.
that. So
Yeah,
Amit
Belgium.
bhai, we will talk about the striker issue currently. So now almost 90 to 95% of the FPL managers have two out of their three strikers selected. It's going to be Haaland and it's going to be Kane for majority of the strikers if they can afford both. But either one of them is going to be in almost every FPL team
Yeah.
come the Boxing Day fixture. So that opens the possibility of a third. So that obviously leaves the question as to who will be your third striker. Now, obviously, at the course of the season, what we have noticed is if there is one position where you will not have a bench option, that is the striker position, because this season has been such a season where all the strikers have been firing,
Yeah.
whether it is in short bursts or whether it is on a consistent basis. So now, obviously, Gabriel Jesus is out for 3 months, which means that we will not be seeing Gabriel Jesus in any of the team template so far. Then there is a curious case of Ivan Toney, who, while as of now is going to be surely starting Brentford's game, but then with the betting allegations that he has, or with the off-field issues, if we put it a little mildly, that there is going to be a continuous question mark over how many games he will be starting, at least for the foreseeable future, for the next 1 to 2 months, maybe. If
Yeah.
he has a longer suspension, then he's in big trouble, and so are the other FPL managers who have him.
Yeah.
And then you have other options. You have Chris Wood, you have Callum Wilson, who himself is an injury issue. You have Alex Isak, who's not yet played for Newcastle. Then you have Richarlison, who's actually out. I think we forgot one of the players. Richarlison is out injured with a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and then you have Chris Wood. I think I've already said. Then there is Mitrovic of Fulham.
I'm
So
not
who do
sure,
you think?
Delvin, why you are not mentioning Martial, being
I was
Oh,
Ronaldo.
about
yes.
to. I was
Um,
about to. I was
Yeah.
about to.
I in my mind I'm still of the thought process that Martial is injured. So
Yeah.
you can forgive me if I forgot to mention him. But
Mm,
yeah, then there is Anthony Martial as well. Uh, and so there are a lot of good quality options that are up front. So who are you looking forward to as your third striker option if you want to? Means if you want to play three strikers, I mean, if you want to play the third striker from your bench list, but if anyone is going for the three striker option, who would be your third choice? Oh, I forgot there's Kamaka as well from West Ham.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I rightly mentioned most of the people, maximum of the people have Haaland in their team, and with wildcard before this World Cup, wildcard is there now. So mostly people who don't have Haaland will be bringing in Haaland now, because he has been scoring goals left, right, center. So, but yeah, if I what my strategy before this break was that I was having one premium striker in Haaland, and then I had other two mid price strikers. So I had Mitrovic and I had Solanke in my team. If you can see my team on the screen, so it's a draft version which Delvin and me agreed upon. So just a few minutes back before the video started. So I had Mitrovic and Solanke, but I there is a opportunity, I would say it can be a huge differential, which is Anthony Martial, because now Ronaldo gone from Manchester United, and Martial is fit enough and he had full rest of 1 month, and he had played couple of friendlies also, and before in the World Cup break. So if he's scoring goals, if he starts scoring goals and if he's getting the goals, he will be a great asset for Manchester United and also for the FPL teams. And he is available, I guess, around only at 6.6, 6.7 price, if I'm
yes,
correctly.
yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think it's somewhere.
6.7.
I think it's somewhere around that only. At 6.7.
Yeah, 6.7. And look at his ownership, it's only 2.4% as of now. people are just waiting, and if we see three fixtures, or if we can see next 10 fixtures of Manchester United, only Arsenal away and Manchester City home are tough ones. Rest are all Nottingham Forest, Hull, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Leicester, Brentford. All are winnable games for Manchester United if they keep their form, and if Martial is scoring goals, these can be an easy fixtures for him.
And if
And
he's fit, and if
yeah,
he's
yeah,
fit.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm hoping he's fit enough now for the full season, because we definitely need him, because we don't have another striker in Manchester
So
United as of now.
yeah, Amit,
So we are all hoping,
just
and
to
we are
throw
keeping a fingers.
one point over
Yeah,
here, that having Martial and Rashford in your starting 11, you'll mostly be having Manchester United goals covered. But then another thing comes into picture of Bruno taking the penalties. With
yeah,
penalties and Bruno not being available with like without playing without Ronaldo, he's different monster. So I just wanted
yeah,
you to just throw some light on his
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
United.
That
that is
is true.
another
That is
rather
true.
yes, that is another rather interesting point,
Yeah,
Amit bhai, what Abhishar bhai put out.
yeah.
Now with
So
Ronaldo gone, thank God for that.
yeah,
And so automatically the responsibility of taking the penalties will fall on Bruno.
Bruno.
And
Yeah,
with Abhishar bhai also saying that Bruno, apart when Ronaldo isn't in the side, plays like a different entity altogether. So, just in case if there are people who cannot afford either Salah or a De Bruyne, for example, how strongly would you recommend Bruno in the fantasy team?
uh, Abhishar is saying, so that is fine. I'll just make some changes to team so to fit in Bruno, if we can.
And considering his form with Portugal as well, I'm not saying
Yes,
like
yes. No,
yeah,
no. It
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
genuine
yeah,
no, because even if he wouldn't have a good World Cup with Portugal,
yeah.
Ronaldo going out automatically makes Bruno a much attractive proposition in FPL sides, anyways.
yeah,
True,
with
true, true.
him being going forward and the price with which he is available. So that,
Precisely.
yeah,
भाई 1.5 में तो कोई डिफेंडर नहीं आएगा, क्या कर रहे हो?
हाँ, हाँ, मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ किसको निकाल सकते हैं। तो मैं वही देख रहा हूँ। देखो वही है, बेसिकली वी कैन ओनली हैव 3 प्रीमियम प्लेयर्स। Either we can have 2 mid premiums, or we can have 2 mid
with
premium
four
strikers.
premium you cannot make FPL
You
team.
just
That's
can't.
Yeah,
too
No, I tried
expensive.
it. It doesn't happen.
yeah, it doesn't
That
happen.
is only a pipe dream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
considering that you are playing the defenders which are not very high in like price, because
yeah.
Trippier I believe you might have taken at very early price, and now
Very
it
early, yes, very early, very early.
so most of the player are like that. Think about putting Cancelo and Trent Alexander-Arnold on those team. It's good that they are out of window for now considering.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
Robertson can be a good shout,
Yeah. So
because
I have
before this World Cup break, in last 4-5 matches, he was scoring. He was giving the assist. He had 3 assists in last 3 games, I guess, if I'm
एक
correctly.
तुम
So
लोग you are forgetting one player.
what?
Chelsea one LB. You are forgetting about them. James.
Reece James,
Reece James.
but
he still
he's
he
still
still
injured.
has he still has an orange mark on his availability,
Yeah,
Munawar
yeah, yeah.
bhai. He still
That's
has
why,
an
and,
orange.
and I
considering that
couldn't get
Chelsea
his
would be
news also.
playing, Munawar, very very good point that you have raised. Chelsea would be having double game week as well. So like after one
Yeah.
game week, so it's better to have him now than, because then you need to do modific surgery into your team to fit him in. So it's still best time. So if we could go in the
I
like,
think sorry to interrupt. लेकिन after World Cup ना, I think Hakim GS will also get lots of time. Hakim GS will get. Then Aubameyang is also a good option if you're going for Martin. If you're going for अपना Anthony Martial, then you can go for Aubameyang also if you want to keep a mid-budget striker.
Aubameyang is expensive also. He will be a premium one.
is the
Nine. He's nine. He's 9 mil.
Yeah.
8.9
तो
basically. Yeah.
वही वो भी प्रीमियम में जाएगा. सो हम उसको ऐसे, अगर मैं गेम वीक 19 की बात करूं, जो डबल गेम वीक है, उसमें चेल्सी और फुलम के मैचेस है, तो जो मित्रोविच जिसके पास है, ही विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी, बिकॉज मित्रोविच will be able to play 2 games in that period, in that game week. But
Correct.
yes,
लेकिन भाई लेकिन
हाँ,
चेल्सी का प्लेयर रख के मतलब नहीं है क्योंकि चेल्सी अब सिटी ऑल्सो और फिर उसके बाद फुलम है
हाँ,
एंड
वही
फुलम
एंड
हैज
और उसमें भी, और रीस जेम्स भी, एक एक मुझे प्लेयर जो मेरी टीम में था पहले चेल्सी का, वो सिर्फ एक रीस
हाँ.
जेम्स था. रीस
Chelsea
जेम्स
on
इंजरी के बाद इंजरी
Exactly.
के बाद रूबेन निकाल दिया.
Chelsea on a whole have underperformed very badly, both as far
Yes.
as on-pitch performances are concerned as well
Yeah.
as FPL performances are concerned. Munawar bhai,
Yes.
my next question to you is a very interesting question. It is regarding Man City defense. All right. Now, we all know that in the first half of the season, at least, Cancelo was the most owned City defender in every FPL draft. I think हमारे चारों में भी Cancelo का तो नाम होगा ही था, होता ही था.
हाँ
He
हाँ.
did have some off games, but still that didn't deter us from having him. That was partly because of the quality of the player, and also because of the injury crisis that had taken place in City early on in the season, which is why they went into the transfer market and bought in Akanji. But now, post the World Cup, the situation becomes much more interesting. Kyle Walker is back fit. Aymeric Laporte is also fit. John Stones has put in great performances at the World Cup, and even he's come in fully fit. And then you have Manuel Akanji, who has been doing a very good job in the starting lineup in their absences so far. So, on the off chance that you don't have Joao Cancelo in this draft, because let's be honest, Joao Cancelo did not have a very good World Cup. His performances were not that up to the mark, what you expect him to be. So Joao Cancelo was not at the best of World Cups, and now with the rest of the City defenders coming, do you still persist with Cancelo, or do you look for another cheaper option in Kyle Walker maybe, or John Stones, or even Akanji for that matter? Because I think Ruben Diaz is definitely going to be the one centre back that City is going to start with, and it's the second centre back and the right back position which is right now up for grabs. So, do you persist with someone like Cancelo, or do you just go for another cheaper option who you will be giving a guarantee to start, like for example a Walker, a Stones, or an Akanji? Munawar bhai.
It's a Pep roulette. You don't know who will play because there are so many options. But under Pep, Cancelo is something different. And playing for Portugal, Cancelo is something different. So, like, if you want to keep Cancelo, you can keep Cancelo in your team because only he will give you goal, he will give you assist. So it's a better option to go with Cancelo because Cancelo will start each and every game. And if Walker is there, then Cancelo will. If there is some between UCL game, then Cancelo might come to the bench at 60, 65, and then Walker will come. Kyle Walker will come. So basically, if you want to have a City defense, then you will go with Cancelo. And Baki, if you want to have some
To
another team option after Cancelo, then you can go for Robertson. Then much cheaper,
To
you can go for Williams.
to
Lekin for
talk about the Chelsea defense, sorry, Munawar, to interrupt. To talk about the Chelsea defense, I would say, see, if you see Kanji, he has started every game since he's back. So
Yes,
since game week 8, he
that's
has
what I
started every
wanted
game,
to. Yeah, so
City.
Amit,
And
considering onto that part, the
yeah,
thing with Akanji is that he starts as center back as well as the wing back. So that is,
yeah,
that is giving him slight advantage, and his fitness is
yeah.
better than most of the City defenders.
Yeah, and that's what I was mentioning with Walker. His age is not with his side now, so I don't think he will start every game for Pep. He
did
will
manage to
definitely.
keep he did manage to keep Mbappe quiet, which is an achievement in
I
itself. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, I know. But with Pep, he doesn't.
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
think he will be looking at what the player has done in the World Cup because he has a certain set of draft which he wants to play his team with. So he wants that thing, and I would agree with Munawar that Cancelo under Pep is different gravy, and he will definitely start as left back. And with Diaz and Laporte starting at the center in the majority of the big games, I would say. But yes, Diaz will mostly start all the games. It will be Stones or AK or Laporte who will be shuffling in between the Champions League and the Premier League games. And Akanji and Walker as a right back position, what I feel Walker might come in between, but Akanji will definitely start for Pep. This is my observation, but yes, we all know what Pep can do.
The
He's
rule
very
is
good
yes,
at
exactly.
Yes,
every
because
and
I
he
feel
can.
that Akanji is preferred due to his defensive duty. He is not
Yeah,
preferred due to
yeah,
his attacking duties, but
yes,
he is
yes,
preferred due to his defensive duties. How he cover the line, the normal back three which Pep prefers in place of like
And
inverted
True.
yeah,
fullback.
and also because he's much more comfortable playing that inverted fullback role which Pep wants, because Cancelo's
Yeah,
already
yeah,
mastered that
yes,
on the left side. With
true.
Akanji, he's much more adept at coming and drifting inside, which is what he did to us when we played in the derby.
Yeah,
He was
yes,
basically an additional midfielder, which is something that Kyle Walker still struggles to do in spite of
yeah,
being years into Pep's system. Akanji's ability to drift inside when they have the ball is also another way that he gets an advantage over Kyle Walker. So that overall, I think everyone over here agrees that I don't think we will be seeing a lot of popular Liverpool players in the draft in much of the because no, I'm not talking about our enmity with Liverpool or anything, because I think everyone over here knows that we cannot play FPL with
yeah,
emotions.
yeah.
I myself have learned the hard way. For the longest time, I used to have a strict no Liverpool policy until Salah scored a hat trick on our heads in the 2021-22 season, and then my senses came back, and then but now this season, with the club in turmoil both on and off the pitch, we've had a lot of key staff resign from Liverpool, and then obviously the potential. I mean, the fact that they've put the club up for sale, the team isn't performing well, key players are injured. Uh, how do you think? Do you think any of the Liverpool players, like Abhishar Bhai has pointed out, that we cannot write off Salah, no matter what? But then in the two friendlies that I've noticed, Klopp has tried to play Salah through the center, and that hasn't worked well. They did not look convincing in any of the friendlies. So my question to all three of you before we just finally wrap up is that, uh, do you see yourself having one Liverpool player in the draft, or are you going to go with a non-Liverpool draft? Because
I
I have gone with an entirely non-Liverpool draft, not because of my policy, but because I genuinely feel that they are in turmoil.
so if you see the Liverpool fixtures till game week 28, they only has to play United and Chelsea in top six, and that too at Anfield. So other than that, then at the 29th game week, they will play City away, and then again they will play Arsenal home. So we and Chelsea are rated as FDR difficulty rating F3 because we are not well placed in the league table as of now. But yes, but at home Liverpool is a different gravy. Though they have lost few games, but I still think that I personally I don't want Liverpool to be good after this World Cup break, but I deep down my heart that I know that after this 1 week 1 month long 1 month break, Klopp must have worked with all those players who were not part of the World Cup teams, and also the key players back in fit in his team. So Liverpool can play a very good football again. Personally, I don't want it, but in terms of FPL, yes. So I am again. I will be keeping Salah in my team most probably again because he because KDB ownership has been increasing. He must have been increased, and he can be a differential as compared in the premium section. And still not having a great season, he has scored 6 goals in 16 games. So and 4 assists. So this and another. If we want to go to striker part, Darwin Nunes. If you see in the in the fixtures I'm going, so in the last 3-4 games he has scored goals. So 3 goals in last 4-5 games, 4 goals in like 7 games. So he has been doing good for Liverpool. So I still think that he and Salah can be, and if their midfield is back with Thiago or that Fabinho are back in the team, and he can be a great asset for Liverpool. And I guess his ownership is still 13.5%. So they now Liverpool players mostly are the differential in the differential category, the premium ones. So this can be a make or break for the FPL managers. Either it will be a huge risk to be taken, but yes, if it works out, then the league ranks could go and shoot up, and their ranks could be just a good boon for them. So that's my take on the Liverpool players.
Fair enough. Munawar, what about you? An FPL team without a Liverpool player, yes or no?
Without Salah, FPL is incomplete. So you need to keep Salah because Salah can do anything, changes anything because he's the main player. But now Nunes is back. Nunes is getting his form back. So Nunes, we like people can be like it will go differential for people. Like they can keep Nunes also with Haaland, or they can keep Haaland with Kane. So there is one option. And for defense, you can go for Robertson because TA is not performing well. He's not having a good this season so far. So like Salah, there is Salah must in your team, and one Liverpool player must be there in your team. You can go for Jota if he's back. You can go because when Salah wasn't performing, the Diaz was playing so well. People had Diaz in his team, and Diaz was giving same points like Salah used to give previously. But now let's see if you want to at least you need to give one player in your team of Liverpool. You can keep Nunes, you can keep Salah, you can keep Jota, you can keep Diaz, or you can keep TA, or you can keep or Robertson. But
Fair enough, fair
for
enough.
my it's like one player is compulsory.
So I think Abhisharva, you also must be with the same train of thought that
Yeah,
have one Liverpool
yeah.
player at least.
Like it's Mo Salah or no Salah. There are just two teams. So I am team Mo Salah. So I'd be
All right.
having Salah, and added to that, I just wanted to bring up my team over here. So I'd be having Mo Salah, and added to that, I'll be having Robertson as well, because I wanted to cover the part where the defensive part of this thing Liverpool side, because most of like Robertson, Arnold, most of the Liverpool defenders, they'd be having good rest, and they'd be raring to go, and this is the time where Liverpool would be looking to pick things up, and the all the part of it has to be relied upon Mo Salah. So I'd go with Salah, and yeah, for the forward parts, I have started with Martial, and then I'll be switching back to Mitrovic for the double game week, because I'm keeping.
Somerville is a rather interesting option that I see in your team. I've been
Yeah,
keeping
some
eye.
of it, I have, yeah, that's what I wanted to like bring up front, that with Bruno available for 3.5, if I'll go over here and bring up his not for his only, but yeah, for Wolves this thing Wolves fixture, if you will see that they are having, he has started for most of the matches, and when he has been, and then if you'll see in continuation from here, he has started all of the matches, and added to that, when he's the fixture which we are seeing for the Liverpool, so that is also good. Sorry, fixture for the Wolves, so that is also good if you'll see the run over here. So this is the part which we are seeing, but let's see how that would
I
go. And
think
Somerville
I
is
think
also getting
yeah,
good
I
stuff.
think the FPL website has a problem with us because I see United being marked as 3 as far as Wolves are concerned on the fixture difficulty rating. So I don't know what are they smoking out there.
No, it's what I have observed is it all depends upon the fixture table. So if we are not in the UCL top four sides, I guess they
Yeah,
changes
it
that
is
accordingly.
around like last 50 matches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that
And
has
Other
been
also,
the case with me.
Vishal bhai, one problem I understand with your team is it's a good team, but you are only relying on your 11. If any of the player of your 11 is injured, you don't have a good player to come up from the bench.
No,
same
And
thing, same thing. मैं भी वही
so,
बोलने वाला था. Like you have like keeper you have kept Kepa. Kepa is
हाँ,
not going to start the game now. Mendy ही करेगा
so
start
Kepa is from my
mostly.
last time only, but I'm still
no, no, I
dicey
agree.
upon
हाँ,
Kepa.
अब
Yeah.
तो आप
And
चेंज
like
करोगे कि आपकी ये
और
फुल टीम है.
हाँ एक और एक चीज मेरे को बोलना था. अगर आपकी ये फाइनल टीम है तो इसमें से आप बेंच किसको करोगे?
फिर
Like
उसके बाद
three
ये
players.
Uno will bench, okay, from here, and here from Somerville, and then either of the one player will go on to bench. So which I'm keeping option of Martial open for now, but yeah, I'd be shipping him off if it is required. And
I hope
also,
Marshall doesn't get injured. Personally,
yeah,
for Manchester United, I we all don't want him to
or
get
for
injured
Arsenal
now.
defense as well, they are not having very good run. So I'll be shipping Benjamin White as well in some time, but not
I'd
exactly.
rather keep I'd rather keep Gabriel over White and Saliba because Saliba
It's
is on.
white
Scalibur is
is
on.
white is cheaper one option. That's the
Yeah,
way
white
people are
is
going
cheap,
for
and
white.
But
white will
yeah,
most of the time he's starting as a wing back, so which
Yeah, yeah.
gives a slight option of, apart from clean sheet, for the chances and
his assist rate has been pretty low though, in
yeah.
spite
Yeah,
of
yeah,
him
yeah, yeah.
playing
That
at
that
wing
that
back.
because
So
he
he's
was.
like, he's from Pep's ideology, like how Pep plays. So he'll be getting back as inverted fullback. So he'll be making the back three. But yeah, those are three burning questions from my end. So which I'll be, maybe
One
I'll get back
important
to
thing is
it
I think
later on.
I think we all have Kane, right? AB Bhai and Abhishar Bhai, you all both have Kane in your drafts, right? If I'm not mistaken, and so do I. One potential drawback which will make things very interesting is that Kane is currently on 4 yellow cards,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
if he
I
gets one,
was.
yeah, exactly.
So
That is my
that's
point.
why that's why I'm still I personally I want two premium midfielders and one premium striker in my team. But with Kane's form in last 11-12 matches, he has been scoring goals in each match and he has been giving the
Hmm,
points. That only tilts me towards Kane. But I need to,
exactly,
and
exactly.
also I need to see upon the Spurs fixtures because they also can lose at any point of time. So that's the issue with Kane and Spurs. That's the only thing I'm still 50-50 on Kane. But because before the World Cup game, I didn't have Kane in my team. I had Salah,
Fair
I
enough.
had
Fair.
Haaland, and I had one more premium. KDB was there.
Yeah.
So
So I think we've covered almost all basics. We've spoken about every team. We've spoken about key players. How are we going to approach the side? But we cannot end with without the most important question. So, gentlemen, my question to you is: who is going to be your captain, and why is it going to be Erling Haaland?
goal machine. 1 month full rest. Goal machine. Also, he scored the goal in
Yeah,
last friendly game for City. So all my
And
100% my captain
I'm
is
pretty
Haaland.
sure Munawar Bhai is going to keep Salah as captain as always because for because for him, like Abhishar Bhai said, it's either more Salah or no Salah.
Or more Salah.
And Abhishar Bhai, who is going to be your captain?
I am also not, I am not decided upon Salah and Haaland, but yeah, I see, Leeds considering they give many chances, so I think that it will be high scoring game, and Haaland would have like more than one or two return. I believe that he'd be having like couple of returns from them, which will, which will put him up in yes as well.
I think it's a very interesting point for me. I think I'm going to be a little on the fence because I have both Kane and Haaland, but right now I am tilted towards Haaland. But let's see because even Tottenham have Brentford, so
Yeah.
that's another simpler fixture by the look of it. But like everybody said, they have the capability of losing a game from anywhere. So you just don't know what you're getting with Spurs at the moment. So, gentlemen, I think we've spoken almost everything there is. Everything that we wanted to speak since the last month has finally come out in heaps, and it's been great talking to your FPL. Feels good that FPL is back. Something to look forward
Finally.
to every weekend now. Uh,
Yeah.
and it gives us the green arrows give us that relief more than United winning games. That's the only thing which makes us more happy than United winning. And
No,
may it
not more
continue.
than. No, I'll never take. I'll never
To be
take. I'll
honest,
take red arrows and United wins. Yeah.
Abhishek, well, to be really honest, for
But
me, it's
but
the
but
green arrows this
but
season.
if United lose an early fixture on the weekend, then we want our green arrow
Yeah.
Yes,
because
I'll
exactly.
to
be
balance it
taking
out.
it.
So
Yeah.
it's been great talking to you guys about FPL. So guys, do like, share, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We keep on coming out with content like this. Uh, we were very active during the World Cup period, but now that club football is here, we are going to be even more active. We'll be speaking about a whole lot of things with the January transfer window coming in, with the whole amount of fixtures that we are going to be talking. There's going to be a lot of things to talk about. So do show us your love on this channel. We are also active on our socials on Instagram and Twitter. Do hop in there, do like there, and share, follow us there as well. And lastly, I say this in every stream. I'll say this again. Every day is match day on our official WhatsApp group. You do not want to miss an opportunity to get in with there as well. We are active 24/7. Apart from that, we also have our website, which is on air. You can go ahead and check that out too. There's a lot. There are a lot of interesting stuff that is there. You can go on. There is predictor contests. There are quizzes. There is much more that you can look upon. And do keep on showing us the love, guys. And we will be back with much more content. So for now, this is Delvin along with AB Bhai, Munawar, and Abhishar Bhai saying goodbye. We hope to see you soon, and happy holidays to everyone in
Happy
advance.
holidays, everyone.
Uh,
Merry
and
Christmas.
take care, guys,
Games
and
are coming
GG and
thick
you.
and fast. Games are coming thick and fast.
Yes.